Hi everybody, I'm Samantha Ellinger with FedScoop TV at our Lowering the Annual Cost of Government with IT Summit. I'm here with Nicole Mayerhauser, Executive Director for the Enterprise Program Management Office at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Nicole, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's very nice to be here.
So just to start out, I kind of wanted to talk about driving efficiency and savings in government. So we've heard for a while now that cloud is really the key to doing that. Are there other trends kind of driving efficiency and savings in government?
Sure, cloud is certainly an important trend, and we are active in that space right now as we're looking into bringing on a cloud broker to help us navigate our cloud strategy moving forward in helping the VA meet its mission. But there are a few other trends that I think are as important, and one in particular is process, and I mean agile development and ITIL framework to ensure that you have the foundation necessary to be able to govern and make important investment decisions from an enterprise approach and do it quickly. And be able to change and be agile as your agency, like the VA needs to meet its strategic goals. I think another area which is extremely interesting and very exciting for the VA is strategic sourcing. I think FITERA allowed us to do this and gave us some muscle here, but strategic sourcing and looking at vendor management so that you can better align your vendors, better align your sources and your resources and your contracting resources to meet the needs and the changing needs of the VA. It's a very large agency, the scale is very big, and our mission is extremely important, and so being able to partner very closely with our vendors is extremely important as we move forward. So we're excited about strategic sourcing as one of the big trends to help keep cost savings down.
Great. So talking about cost savings, in particular with modernization, modernizing legacy systems comes with those obvious initial investments. Yeah. How have you seen, could you talk about how maybe you've seen agencies saving money in the long run by actually upgrading their systems?
So I think, thanks for the question. I think one of the clearest ways that you see cost savings in modernizing your systems is really in ensuring the continuity of the mission, right? So as your systems are older, they're on older platforms, older software, it costs a significant amount to continue to keep up with, say, the cybersecurity environment, all of these types of threats, the ever-changing and increasing demands on the systems as your customer population grows, as our veterans population grows, say, for the VA. And so even those simple tasks of patching and ensuring that the systems are up to date to meet those new demands are extremely costly. The other thing that we talk about at the VA is the cost of the labor associated with being able to take care of those older systems. So having the individuals who understand the platform and understand the software, they can be hard to find and they can be costly to keep. And so as you modernize, one of the cost savings is you have a broader pool of labor to select from and just be able to use on a regular basis. So keeping up with the technology, I think, helps keep up with the labor market that supports that technology, and you see cost savings there.
Great. And you talked a little bit about cost savings, efficiency. So is there a recent kind of legislation or policy that's really enabled CIO, liver, and counsel to kind of drive that efficiency and cost savings?
Well, I think it would be fair to say that Ms. Counsel has embraced FITARA. And for good reason. The Federal Information Technology Acquisition Reform Act has been extremely important, I think, for CIOs across the government space to be able to give them the muscle that they need to help make their agency move forward in the 21st century and really help have IT at the table with the business partners, right? So you can't, the mission doesn't work without IT being an enabler, and I think FITARA really helps provide the opportunity for centralizing some of the decision making. It helps to provide it gives that responsibility and accountability to the CIO so that they can make the right and strategic enterprise-wide IT investment decisions that really help enable, in this case, the VA to meet our needs and our mission of meeting veterans' needs. So I think FITARA by far has been an extremely important tool in the toolbox.
Definitely. So earlier you mentioned cybersecurity and the cybersecurity of maintaining a legacy system. Everyone's usually looking for the lowest price solution, right? In federal IT, it's kind of a race to the lowest solution. But with cybersecurity becoming a concern that it is with things we've seen in the news recently, how should agencies balance that budget pressure with the need for a secure solution?
Security, especially for the VA, what I will say is the Office of Information Technology in the VA, we consider security our #1 priority, hands down, absolutely #1. And so when you're talking about balance, right, this low cost versus security, we can't compromise on ensuring that our veterans' data and information is safe and that our VA employees and the VA's data is safe. We just cannot compromise on that. And I think we have taken some very strong strides in that area, including standing up an enterprise cybersecurity strategy team, as well as a strategy that we sent to Congress last year. I think what's interesting, especially in this part of the transformation that we're doing right now at the VA and the Office of Information Technology, is ensuring that when we embark on an investment, an IT investment, an IT development project, we are baking security into that effort from the very beginning. And so one of the things we've done was standing up our veteran-focused integration process, which is our VIP process, which is the beginning of our agile development process. And in that, we ensure that through every step of the way, from the planning, from the architecture, everything, that security is absolutely part of the pie, and it's not something that we're thinking about doing, bolting on to the end of an effort. And so I think in that way, that balance is there, right? So it's our #1 priority, and we've created our processes and our standards in a way to ensure that it's embedded in everything we do.
Great. And talking about kind of tools in your toolbox to have a better IT environment, what about things like open source or shared services or APIs? How do these play a role in making government more effective as well?
They play a huge role, I think, and I think the VA in particular, I mean, I'll take two of those and just talk a little bit about those. The first is open source, right? Because the VA, and we are a very active participant in OSERA, the Open Source Electronic Health Record Alliance. Our electronic health record and our VISTA code is there as part of that alliance, and we embrace the opportunity to share our code, as well as to use open source as a way to bring in innovation to the VA. And so I think in that way it sparks innovation, which is one of our principles within the Office of Information Technology. I think shared services also is extremely critical. When we were transforming the Office of Information Technology over the past year, and we stood up the Enterprise Program Management Office so that we could look at enterprise-wide investment decisions and management of investment solutions, we included in that organization an enterprise shared services portfolio specifically to meet those needs. And so making sure that we were developing IT services that could be used for the rest of our mission-focused portfolios was critical, right? So you build once and the rest of your organization can use those services over and over again. We really see that being a huge efficiency engine moving forward.
That's great. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos, check out our website, our YouTube channel, or also for more information, see FedScoop.com. I'm Samantha Ellinger with FedScoop TV. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.